Hello and welcome to Math 10 College Algebra for Spring 2025. The purpose of this video is to go over some of the basic parts of Canvas that you'll need for the course, to go over the syllabus, and just kind of introduce the course in general. So first of all, the parts of Canvas that you will need to know, primarily, I'm going to assume that you already know how to log in and out of Canvas. The main thing that we'll need is down the center panel here. If you're watching this video, you've already gotten this far, at least. The introduction start here. That's the video you're watching right now. And then other helpful things follow below. There's going to be a video on MyOpenMath, which will be the software that we'll use to get all of our coursework done. A syllabus, which is a document detailing the course, which we'll go over here in a few minutes. MyOpenMath, that's the link to the actual software that we'll use. MyOpenMathInfo.pdf, that is a PDF file that describes how to create that MyOpenMath account. You'll also need a MyOpenMath course ID that identifies this particular course to the software. So you'll want to make note of that. Our textbook for the course is available online. It's no cost to you, online anyways, and you can access that through this link. One thing that you may or may not have noticed in Canvas before is that the little triangles to the left of some of the descriptive text mean that you can expand or collapse blocks. So for example, in the Getting Started block, the triangle is pointed downward. If you click on that, that will close that block, and so you no longer see those items. If I click on it again, it'll expand that block and we'll see all those items back again. So if you're wondering where something went, check and see if perhaps the block that you were looking at is closed. Down below, office hours. I'll have more information on office hours when we go over the syllabus, but I ultimately will have office hours available on Zoom. And when those are available, that link to that will appear here in the office hours block. Below that, some hopefully helpful information, some PDF files that deal with things like test anxiety, how to make chapter outlines, how to prepare for tests, and things of that sort. At the tail end are two videos, one on how to make a practice test and one on how to take a practice test. Okay, beyond that, we have some actual course content. The first chapter of course that we'll start in will be chapter 1. Once again, these blocks will close and open. Open, you'll see, first of all, there are notes for section 1.1 in our textbook. Following that, there are links to 2 video lectures in the text covering that section of the textbook. And then following, section 1.2 is available, and then the lectures on that section appearing directly following. So the overall plan, what I would do for the course as a student is read through the notes and then watch the videos. That's what I would do in that order, probably. And but what you can do whatever works for you. I would probably read the notes first and then watch the lectures and then attempt the assignments. All right, so that's all that is here right now. Of course, there's going to be more later, but that's 2 sections is enough for us to get going. Back up to the Getting Started block. As again, we're watching the Start Here introduction video. We're going to take a look at the syllabus next. So we'll start there. I'm the instructor, Dan Kleinfelter. My email address, dkleinfelter@collegeofthedesert.edu, or you can also send me messages through Canvas. If you do send me an email, it'll help if you put Math 10 in the subject line of the email because I'm teaching a couple of different courses this term, so it'll help me to identify you and help to answer your question. For now, I have office hours in person on the Palm Desert campus, MSTC 246E. And those will be Monday, Wednesdays, 11 to 12, and Tuesday, Thursdays, 12:30 to 1:30. As I'd said, I'll be adding Zoom office hours probably during the second week of classes, and then those links, the link to that will appear on Canvas. If you have a question about that, of course, send me an email. We can talk about it. Content for the course, you can take a look at the paragraph there. That'll give you some sense of what the course is about. The course as a whole is a function-oriented course. We go over the idea of what a function is and everything that that entails. If you have some algebra background, this is the part where we'll look at f of x and domain and ranges and graphs and things of that sort. And then the course generalizes into, or specializes really, into specific kinds of functions: linear functions, exponential and logarithmic functions, polynomial functions, and rational functions, along with some applications. The purpose of the course is for a lot of people to satisfy a graduation requirement or a transfer math requirement. You need a math course to transfer, and so they'll take this course. Otherwise, people will take this course sometimes as a prerequisite for business calculus or other applied calculus courses that you might take after transferring. If you have a question about whether this course is the right class for you, of course, let me know and I'll help you figure that out. The prerequisite for the course, the things that you ought to know would be Math 49, which is an intermediate algebra course or qualifying placement. As an advisory, English 1A. The English prerequisite there is not because we're going to be writing papers or reading essays or anything, but just to establish enough proficiency that you can read the textbook and read through story problems and follow along with notes, pretty much. If you have questions over the prerequisites, let me know. The format for the course, this course obviously is online, but it is also an asynchronous course, meaning that there are no live lectures and you don't have to be online at a specific time to virtually attend the course. The course is delivered using online videos like the one that you're watching right now, and you can watch the videos at your convenience and then complete the assignments at your convenience, of course, up to the due date. The videos will be posted on Canvas, as you found this one. We'll be using MyOpenMath, which is a free software to get our work done. One thing to note is that as COD is located in California, we operate on Pacific time. If you are going to go on vacation during the semester, or maybe you live somewhere else, maybe you're in Arizona or something, or New Jersey, or something, make sure to adjust your due dates for the time zone that you are in. Okay. The textbook, we'll be using the OpenStax, that's free, pre-calculus book. I know our course is college algebra and the book is called pre-calculus. College algebra is kind of a subset of pre-calculus. College algebra and trigonometry together kind of make up pre-calculus. So this one book, we're going to be covering the algebra pieces. Okay, so there's that. There's a link URL to it in the text right here. And there's also a link to the textbook on Canvas. All right, in addition, you can use just about any college algebra book. There's not a lot of variation, really. The college algebra books cover all the same stuff, just in slightly different ways, slightly different orders. So there's that. Grading, how your grade is calculated. We'll have 3 exams over the course of the semester. Those will be worth 15% of your grade each, making 45% of your grade. Homework, again, done on MyOpenMath. That'll be 27% of your grade. Video assignments, more on that in a few minutes. That'll be worth 5% of your grade. Participation and discussion questions, 3% of your grade. Comprehensive final at the last of the semester, that'll be worth 20. So backing up a little bit, video assignments, don't worry, you're not making videos for this. The way that this works is, and you'll see this in the actual MyOpenMath video, but you'll watch a video that explains some concept, presents a problem, and then you'll answer some questions after that video. So that's in contrast to the homework assignments where it's just read a question, answer the question. For the video assignments, you watch a video, then answer questions based on the video. For participation and discussion questions, I'll periodically post questions on Canvas, and then your responses to those will contribute toward that 3% shown here. There aren't makeups for missed work, so you want to keep track of deadlines. Exams will be scheduled in advance and generally will be on Thursday mornings or Thursdays. I have them start being available at 8 in the morning, so I said Thursday morning. I'll give you at least a week's notice that an exam is coming. I plan to have 90 minutes available for you to complete the test. If you have any concerns about the exam time, let me know. Our final exam is on Thursday, May 23rd. You'll have 2 hours to complete that one. Final exams you get a little longer for. None of the exams can be taken either early or late. If you miss one of those first 3 exams, listed in the first category under assessment, if you miss one of those, I'll replace that exam score with whatever you earn on the final exam, but only if you send me an email or Canvas message before the missed test. So if you miss the test and then 2 weeks later you write to me and say, I got a flat tire, so I couldn't take the test, don't ask me how that would be a problem in an online class, but whatever. Send me an email right away. Okay, only one exam score can be replaced in this way. If you have the misfortune of missing 2 tests, that second one is going to count as a 0. So try not to miss more than 1 test. There's no makeups for the final. If you somehow miss the final, then that's going to be hard. Okay, don't miss deadlines. It's up to you to keep track of due dates. Okay, your grade for the course is determined by your combined overall percentage of the categories shown here. COD doesn't do plus minus grading at all. So it's going to be 90% for an A, 80% for a B, 70 for a C, 60 for a D. No rounding is guaranteed. Okay, so 79.8% might still be a C. So if you have your heart set on that higher grade, then try to make that happen early on. I might call that a B, but there's no guarantee. Okay, you are guaranteed at least these percentages. Homework is going to be completed, like I said, using MyOpenMath. Make sure to check MyOpenMath regularly so you don't miss due dates. I tend to post things on weekends for the following week, and you'll have at least 3 or 4 days to work on an assignment. One thing that is important, and I'll mention this in the MyOpenMath video also, your name on MyOpenMath will need to match your name on self-service. Okay, you're going to need a scientific calculator. It doesn't matter to me which one you use. You may not use calculators on certain exams, and you can't use a graphing calculator. You can't use your phone. Attendance isn't used in calculating your grade. What's attendance in an online class anyways? Attendance in my online classes is logging into the course, doing work on MyOpenMath, doing the discussion questions on Canvas, and so forth. Students who log into Canvas and MyOpenMath regularly tend to do better in the class and get a higher grade. Attendance itself is not worth points specifically, but people who log in and do the work tend to do better. I may drop you from the class if you don't do work in MyOpenMath for 4 or more consecutive days without contacting me. Unfortunately, sometimes with online classes, people tend to put them on the back burner, especially if it's asynchronous. So it's easy to kind of just give up on the class. And if you give up on the class and stop participating and don't do any work for like 2.5 months, you're not going to end up with a good grade. So I may go through periodically and say, okay, well, this person hasn't logged in a while, and so I'm going to drop this person so that way that they don't get like an F in the class. Okay, but if you do want to stay in the class, but for some reason you're not going to be able to do it, you're going on like a cruise and there's no internet or whatever, then just let me know. Okay, and we will keep you active in the course. Okay, of course, it's best to just keep participating. Okay, all right, that's enough. Classroom conduct. Aside from the student code of conduct posted in the college catalog, there's really only one rule. You want to be honest and then civil and courteous to one another and me first. When you post to the discussion forums, be polite, use work or school appropriate language. If a couple of people come to my office hours, we're going to take turns. Okay, so it's easy to get. Students with disabilities, read through the paragraph there. Let me know if that applies to you and check in with DSPS as soon as possible. Academic integrity, I'll leave it to you to read that. Um, there's no extra credit in our course. You want to do your best the first time in all of these categories. The most kind of expensive thing is going to be tests. You want to really try to do as well as you can on exams. Okay, some general advice. A lot of people find math hard or challenging. Math classes come with baggage. If you tell people you're taking math, oh, I hate math, is the first thing you'll hear back. People have baggage about math. So that just makes people intimidated from the first day. There's also theory, special terms. Math is very picky. As you'll find out when you do some of the problems on My Open Math, there's a difference between a parenthesis and a square bracket. Wording matters. Um, so a lot of those things can be challenging for people. A lot of people hate word problems. Here's some suggestions to make some of that easier. You should log into Canvas and My Open Math at least 4 days a week. You should work on math every day. This class is asynchronous, as I'd said. You can work on it kind of at your convenience. I would not take that to mean that you don't have to work on it very much. The online class is flexible because it's asynchronous, but it doesn't mean you have any less work to do. It's just more that you get to choose when you do the work. So it's not like you have to log in at 9:30 every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can do your work at midnight. You can do your work at 2 in the morning. You can do work on Saturday, as long as you're meeting deadlines, but you still have to do the work. My advice would be to try to work on math every day. Partly because you learn better if the practice is distributed, that is spread out over time. If you do spread out repetitions, it's better than ignoring it for 3 days and then doing like 8 hours of work on Saturday. Plus, nobody wants to sit down at the computer for like 8 solid hours and do math for like a humongous amount of time. It's just intimidating and less fun that way. Better off spreading it out. I plan for you to read the book. You should read the book. A lot of times people will try to get by just logging in to My Open Math and just jumping straight into the assignments. And that can be harder and more frustrating. I think you should read the book. Good idea to read the books before trying the assignments. And you can read the book either before or after watching the lecture video. That's up to you. Let's see, most of that you can read. To be good in math takes practice. Only you know how much you need. Different people will need different amounts of practice. That's going to depend in part on your background. If your last math class was like last fall, maybe, a lot of things can be really recent for you. On the other hand, maybe you've been out of school for like 5 years, and so math is really rusty for you. It can also depend on your natural ability or what part of the book we're in. Some chapters are just easier than others, okay? So the amount of time that you take in the course to do different things can vary, but it does take practice. Unfortunately, just watching the videos won't give you enough practice at having actually done the work. You need to actually do the problems and make mistakes and find your mistakes and fix them in order to actually learn. You should correct gaps in your prerequisite knowledge as they come up. There will be some review assignments available on My Open Math, but if you do need help with some of that prerequisite things, you forgot how to add fractions or graph a line or something like that, then you should get help with that. Okay, student learning outcomes, you can read through that. That's supposed to be kind of an everyday language explanation of what the course is about, but I'll leave it to you to read that. That takes us pretty much to the end of this first introductory video. What you want to do next, if you haven't already, once again, we're in this introduction video right now. We just got done reading the syllabus right here. I would probably watch the intro to My Open Math video next. Once you've done that, you can create your My Open Math account. You're going to need this course ID right here. And to get help setting up that account, if you need to, there's a PDF you can look at, and there's some written description there on how to get that account set up. Again, the My Open Math is no cost, so you can do that at any time. Um, Once you've done that, I would take a break. But besides that, following that, um, I would start reading through the notes and working on watching the lectures. All right. So if you have any questions at any time, send me a email or Canvas message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I typically check my emails every day during the week and maybe once over the weekend. Um, so yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Uh, and then I hope you have a good semester and welcome to the class.